Okay, so I'll be going back to you, Mr. Sanz, after the break.
Yeah.
So, huwag kang aalis dito sa studio after the break. Oh, by the way, I'm going to flash the photo of the week, and then maybe let's ask Mr. Sanz. Sir, make the photo talk. Make some dialogue.
Well, I guess this reflects the day-to-day, what are the common people are going through right now with this water crisis.
Okay. So, yan ang ating photo of the week according to Mr. Sanz. After the break, a young, good-looking entrepreneur who thought everything was okay until he realized everything is not. His story of life begins at 40, said maybe 50. And this realization of what life really means. You cannot change your channel. Stick with GNN. We are back. Your messages and tweets for Make the Picture Talk. Lou of Pampanga, First Lady. Let's start conserving now. Second Lady, too late. We only have a little to conserve. Ray via Twitter, First Lady. Where do you think the water goes? Second Lady, the process of transforming liquid into gas is called evaporation. Therefore, the water is now in the air. What a good thought. And Tamil of QC via text. The First Lady, how does the government define water crisis? Second Lady, if there's no more water in all dams, I think it's called water crisis. Whew. Our second guest is a best-selling author, a corporate trainer, and an entrepreneur by heart. He has traveled the world doing seminars, coaching, and training. He claims to be a very entertaining grandfather of what, 2 or 3? And a very loving husband. The wife is watching. The president of R.A. Delos Reyes Management Consultancy, obviously because it's his name, Dups Delos Reyes. Mr. Dups, good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning, sir.
How have you been?
Very good. And I've just been made very young by a new cosmetic surgeon named Lloyd Luna.
Oh yeah, I think I am a surgeon. Yeah.
Because from 50, you made me 40.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so thank you so much.
Oh my,
at no cost, huh?
At no cost, but the researcher
No, actually,
should be punished for doing that.
No, not at all.
Not at all?
Because that's what I want to project, that we can all be as young as we feel. Because age is various. Like you can talk of physical age, chronological age, spiritual age, emotional age, and so on, diba?
Right, but it was an interesting conversation we had back in Vietnam.
That's right.
I mean, that was the first time that I only hear about you. Maybe somewhere in the Manila Bulletin, the column.
Yeah, I read the column, yes.
And some seminars. I've heard your name, but in Vietnam, that was the first time that we met. You're an interesting guy.
Thank you, sir. So, likewise.
Yeah, and I have been reading your one of your books. I think this is one of the latest. Coach with EQ. And prior to becoming an author, really, where were you coming from? I mean, let's go back to as far as maybe you were in high school. How many girlfriends did you have?
How many girlfriends did I have? I think at that time, very conservative ako. One lang at the time, and then shifted to the next one, who was the bridge between me and the first one.
Okay.
Yung ganun style ba?
Oh, so this is the typical high school story.
Oh, yeah.
Until now, it happens. No? So,
and the name of my first girlfriend is the name of the wife that I got married to, who was my girlfriend in college. But of course, well, so that's how it began.
Okay, so I feel that you don't want to talk about it anymore.
No, I do.
No,
yeah, but it depends. Depends on what your script
is. Okay,
is.
now let me ask you, how well, or what kind of student were you during the time?
Well, I was an IQ kind of student, meaning I really went for the grades, right? I had my honors, but at the same time, I was also student council president in high school.
Were your parents have something to do with your academic thing?
Perhaps, because they told us that, I remember my father having told us all the time, there are four of us, that the only legacy they would leave to us would be the legacy of education.
And education means
Right.
the academic.
Yes, yes.
Not necessarily the education
That
outside
of life, right, exactly. Which is why I think, bottom line, Lloyd, if I had been like Richard earlier, was really more of the leader than a student. If I had been like that, I would have been an entrepreneur sooner. Like you, you're only 20 or 19, isn't it?
Yeah,
or,
thank
okay,
you for
20, give and take.
Subtracting 8.
Tit for tat lang yan. Thank you for making me younger too. The thing is, I think that's the whole point about our educational system. At bottom line now, I think, as I believe, now when you're asking me about how was I now believe that IQ has its limits. IQ can get you hired on the job, but EQ gets you promoted.
Okay.
So that even if you're in a corporate job, like let's say a TV station, if you want to get promoted, more of the EQ must come out, emotional quotient, which is where in high school or college, it is reflected in how active you are in extracurricular activities and so on.
Exactly.
Now, even if I was active in high school in extracurricular, in college I was down. I mean, I just stuck to my IQ mode.
No, it's like the is it not boring? I mean, that kind of IQ mode.
Now I see, but before, to me that was my life because I knew no better.
Right.
Like I thought, because I didn't know how to be. I was very insecure about myself in college because in high school at least your teachers will support you and say, vote for Dups, he will be the best student council president.
Right.
But in college you're on your own.
Exactly.
And then I had this insecurity about my height. As you can see, I'm only, 6 feet tall by imagination. So I was always the shortest in class. And that brought my insecurity really to the lowest depths.
So yung height,
it was an issue to me then.
It was an issue?
Well, I'm sure to Napoleon Bonaparte and Jose Rizal as well,
Right.
But sometimes
you
we say...
were thinking about that during the time?
At that time, no. Now I realize it. Like, sometimes you have to make your own... You have to assert yourself if there's some...
No, I mean, whenever I talk, it becomes a plus for me. I mean, I can engage the audience using my height and my...
You're taller than I am, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I'm 5'7".
And you have a movie star's name.
I'm 5'7".
5'7"?
With heels.
With heels.
I can wear with
Oh, without heels, pare, 5'6", 5'5", whatever.
Maybe we're just the same height. But, okay, so what after college you went to what, like unemployment?
Not yet. Well, not yet. Well, employment part-time because after AB, that was English. I had to go to law. I had to because I thought that was the path from an English major's life, and my father was a lawyer, so I thought that was the only thing left for English majors. But
but they did not tell you to get that law thing.
Parang subconsciously, my father was telling me because always he would say.
How do you feel that? I mean, the subconscious part. I mean, you like parang you meditate or something.
Well, I didn't know meditation at that time, but but at that time, my father kept telling me, basta abogado ka, alam mo lahat.
So pinapasagsag,
parang merong like indirect kind of reminder.
Right.
But 2.5 years after, well, I was teaching part-time in the day, then I went to evening class.
So what happened with the law?
That's what happened. It got into the background because I was enjoying my teaching of literature more in Philippine Women's University that time,